Good afternoon, Memorial football fans. I'm Charles Strayer, joined once again by my co-host Logan Biedermann, who is sporting the victory vest today because we are celebrating our homecoming victory over the Superior Spartans, as well as going into a pregame analysis of the upcoming Chi-High game.
I think the most important thing to do first and foremost is set the scene for this past Friday, our homecoming game. Of course, we had the homecoming carnival and the parade as we annually do, but we also saw the return of the pep rally, which was incredibly exciting and made the student section this past Friday electric.
Oh yeah, Carson Park was packed to the brim, and it ended up being a 35-9 victory, just about the best game we could have hoped for.
And I think the thing that really clicked in this game was the quarterback position and all of the facets of that.
Oh, you got that right. Riley Holmberg was 11 for 18, but threw 3 passing touchdowns, had a scramble that got us to the goal line, and had a near telepathic connection with wide receiver Taden Ferguson.
And Taden Ferguson played an incredible game, but also Holmberg had options. He could have thrown to Ferguson, or he could have handed it off to Shimar Simmons, who played an incredible game.
Simmons was on 13 carries, one of which was a 70-yard touchdown run. Some great movement. We have seen his power, his mobility, his strength, and it all came to fruition there against Superior. Now, that is something we haven't really seen out of him in a while in terms of the longer runs, but is something that I think we've continued to improve on, and he's finally getting that recognition as the powerhouse he is.
And he really had this chance to shine as a powerhouse thanks to the help afforded to him by the offensive line.
Offensive line was doing great, again, showing improvement from last week and really bringing it when the going got tough. We were down in the first half, but we were actually able to go into the half with a lead, which, like we were saying, that's a very important part of the morale aspect of the game. Now, that was our first second half start with the lead that we've had all season, and I think that definitely affected our performance. Not to mention a huge student section, adoring fans as far as the eye could see, all contributed to make an excellent multiple score win.
You mentioned the adoring fans, and what's not to adore with the sheer athleticism on display by our offense. But our defense also played a fantastic game.
Defense cannot go unspoken for. Now, initially, Rocky, in the first quarter, they were able to pitch a shutout in the second half, and we had some excellent individuals like Nolan Autumn and Luke Johnson stepping up to perform adequately. And, I mean, beyond the call of duty, these guys were all over the Superior's run game, forcing them to go to their weaker passing options and just all around getting some vital fourth quarter stops and making sure that the momentum stayed firmly in the Abes' hands.
Not to mention Luke Johnson playing both sides of the ball. We had the gracious opportunity to interview him and Nolan Autumn after the game, and he was pooped. You can check out that interview elsewhere on the channel.
Now, though he was exhausted after the fact, you would not have guessed it by the way he performed on the field. Every snap he played his hardest, and I think you could honestly say that for all three, aspects. We got special teams, offense, defense. Everybody put in the work, and I think Superior was far from ready for it.
You mentioned those special teams, and they really did have an outstanding performance with incredible kick returns and even better kicks.
Scoring that vital field position really helped the offensive scheme and just getting things going in general. And now Vincent Mullen, our valiant kicker, does not get nearly enough credit. He was 5 for 5 on extra points, and he is an unsung hero I think we need to recognize more for his consistency and talent.
Now, we've ogled and ogled about this game, but I think it's time we show you some clips and break them down.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, right off the bat, you can see where Simmons' athleticism comes to life in 2 different ways. One, his sheer power, the ability to shake defenders from behind the line of scrimmage. And second, his speed. He's able to get to the outside, and once he's there, it is off to the races. He's able to create separation between himself and the secondary, and just being able to avoid that tackle for a loss initially was why we were able to get such an explosive play.
Once again, from this other angle, you can see Shimar Simmons' incredible field sense being able to dodge the entire defensive line. It is truly incredible to see sheer athleticism on display.
You got that right.
Riley Holmberg has one person in mind for this play, Taden Ferguson, who wastes no time evading a defender and making his way downfield. In this one-on-one matchup, Taden Ferguson is unmatched. And Holmberg makes the pass, and from that point on, it's over.
Now, Ferguson has a nice little move about 5 yards down in his route, able to slip the safety in the process. The pure speed and the ability to shift to catch the ball in and of itself is a feat, but the placement of the ball seals the deal. The ability for Holmberg to get it to Ferguson with little to no hesitation, that is something that we've seen build and improve upon all season long.
And I cannot understate the importance of the offensive line in this play. They give the desperate time that is needed for Holmberg to make this play.
All in all, an excellent play on the offense. Now, briefly moving on to the upcoming matchup with 1-4 Chi High, 1-4 in the conference, 2-5 overall. We are facing a very similar team to our own this Friday.
The interesting thing about Chi High is they're on a 2-game losing streak, and we're not.
I think momentum will play a large part in this matchup here, just making sure that we carry over some of that energy and spirit from the game against Superior. I think that's going to really go a long way, and being able to edge out their very consistent scoring across the quarters by getting a good start like we saw against Superior, that's also going to be at play.
With an early start against Chi High, it really should be no sweat.
Now, that's what we're hoping for. If we improve to 2-4 next week, ending the season in the top half of the conference is still a possibility.
And you mentioned the conference, and there is some important news about the conference.
Now, the conference shakeup. Everybody's talking about it. Big Rivers East and Big Rivers West. Now, the implications of that, especially from our standpoint here at Eagle Eye, are going to be interesting. We will keep you in the know. But for the meantime, we're going to focus on finishing this season strong.
This could very well be our last game against Chi High.
Go Abes.
Go Abes.
Hi everybody, I'm Aiden Rickard, Eagle Eye's other guy. If you're interested in more MHS sports content, be sure to check out our TikTok, Instagram, and check out some of the other videos on our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more. Go Abes!